everybody, this is Alchemist 2 and I'm back again with another series review. Would you please stop squeaking that? I'm trying to make a recording here. Sorry, my dog's squeaking a squeaky bowl in the background. Anyway, I watched the 4th season of Community, and I had actually lost interest in Community after season 3, because it just seemed kind of bawdy and that the humor was a little cheap and a little bit vulgar. And it turned me off, but it's really not that bad. It's actually one of the most intelligently written sitcoms out there. And I've always related quite a bit of it to Abed, and we probably see a lot of similarities between he and I. I mean, they're pretty obvious. With this one, they go more into the Inspector Spacetime, and I had forgotten all about that. Before Community came, I was really big into, I was a huge Community fan when it first came out. I was so excited because I always liked Danny Pudi, and I kind of have a crush on him. But anyway, I was always excited, and he's in Powerless as well, which is another one of my favorite shows. I haven't been able to watch it since I don't have TV, but at some point in time, I will be able to get Hulu, so I can watch that and Twin Peaks: The Return, as well as some other television shows I should get caught up with. But this one was absolutely sensational. One of my favorite episodes of the entire season was Intro to Felt Surrogacy, and I adore puppets. If you know me well, then you know I'm all about puppets. Just because I just think they're so interesting in the way they can move and how they can evoke emotion, even though a lot of them they don't have eyes that can be shifted in any way, shape, or form. But these were very lifelike and just beautifully made. I just love the craft of making things, and I wish I had that ability, but I don't. I think that's why I enjoy it so much. But I always loved the Muppets growing up, so seeing this episode brought a lot of that back to the forefront, as well as Avenue Q and Sesame Street. So it was a lot of nostalgia for me, and it was a funny episode. Of course, they had another one. They did a parody of Muppet Babies, and Abed he went into his happy place. I think that was in the very first episode of the season when Britta tells him to go into his happy place, and he does, and he goes into the happy place within his happy place. But anyway, going back to Inspector Spacetime, I really wasn't into, yeah, I'm getting roadism. I really wasn't into Doctor Who whatsoever. I've just recently become a Whovian, and having gone back into Community, see the connection, I immediately noticed that, oh, it's a parody of Doctor Who, and this is not the first parody I've seen. My most common one would be Dr. Zone on Milo Murphy's Law. If you've ever watched Milo Murphy's Law, is actually very extremely underrated Disney cartoon. It's a lot better than Phineas and Ferb. Don't flame me. I love Phineas and Ferb, but Milo Murphy is probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen. But anyway, when the Paradise versions of the Daleks come out and say eradicate, and I died laughing when they went to the convention. Please stop squeaking. I'm trying to do it. Dang on. Give me that. Give me that. Small setback. I will say it like Evil the Cat. A minor setback. Give me that back. Come on. Give me the ball, you little twerp. Come here. I don't have time for this. I'm doing a review. Please stop. Unscripted, folks. This is what you get with animals. Anyway, all right. I'm going to let you out. Oy vey. Anyway, animals, what you going to do? Up my corridor, into my room, quickly. Anyway, I just want to show you. Of course, you've seen the cover. I'm going to just show you the DVDs inside. Ah! And it shows the Crazy Quilted Destiny because, of course, the Loom of Fate was taken. If you know anything about that, it comes from Greek mythology. That's an old advertisement for when Community was actually on. I'm so happy I got back into the show. It's something I always enjoyed, and just to see the growth of the characters. And when they get into the final episode with the Crazy Quilt of Destiny, you think, ooh, interconnectivity is a very, 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 very intriguing thing. I love it when they use that as a mechanization of plot, a deus ex machina. But it's a very good deus ex machina. It's extremely well done, and you see, oh, right. And it breaks the fourth wall so many times. It's just absolutely sensational. It's very, very intellectually done. There, of course, it has the body humor and a lot of the innuendo, but it's probably one of the better written sitcoms other than The Big Bang Theory, which is one of my favorites of all time. I've grown up with a lot of really good sitcoms, but like I said, I don't have television right now, so when I when I get Hulu, it's gonna be right smack dab back into Queen of the South and Queen Sugar season 2 and Orphan Black, because I'd been doing that, and I don't know if they're gonna do Dirk Gently or not. I hope that they renew. I did read that they were renewing Dirk Gently, but I was gonna do a little bit of an update. I have really savored this. I would give it 5 stars. This, no contesting that, no qualms, no kvetching, no nothing. It's just is perfect from start to finish. It really did remind me of going through community college myself. That's why I can relate so much to it. I'm like, oh my god, I am Abed. I'm so much like him. It's not even funny. I thought, oh, this is my life, but I'm actually going beyond a lot of that. I do want to get into film school. That's one thing I really want to do. But in order to do that, in order to get involved with Full Sail, I'm going to have to get myself straightened out, because if you don't know me very well, you probably know I was really close to my pop and my mom as well. They were my closest fans, my biggest friends, the only people who really understood me. I have friends, but they have their own lives, and you don't want to be that proverbial third wheel that just impedes them from living their own lives. And you want to be independent and strong, but on the inside you feel like you're slowly unraveling at the seams, and it can be very challenging and arduous at times, and it takes a lot of energy out of you. And I noticed it had been doing that to me, but I've come to the conclusion that in order to really find myself, I have to be around my family. And my family's in North Carolina, and I'm going to leave Indiana because there's nothing for me, or absolutely nothing. And I just think it'll be better for me. I think it'll be a new experience. I'll learn who I am. I'll figure out where the heck I'm going once I do that, once I get my head on straight and learn how to manage my finances properly. I will follow my dreams, because it's like my friends said, the dreams are always going to be there. You have to be 100% right. And the whole thing about having a relationship, I just watched something by Ralph Smart, and you probably know who he is. And there's another YouTuber by the name of Victor that I like to watch. I like to watch these light workers because I really connect with them and they help me, and they give me inspiration. I feel like I'm a light worker too, and I hope that I can reach a lot of my magicians out there with good, enlightening content and motivational content. But I'm not just doing reviews, I'm also trying to do my best to help others. I don't expect any thanks for it, but I'm just hoping that I can make the world a little bit better. So as soon as I get everything in place and straightened and balanced, I will definitely try both of my dreams. And those two dreams are the ones that you know so well, the film school, animation, and video games. That's Full Sail U. And I've got my letters that are giving me the inspiration to continue with that that dream. And it's so daunting to think that I still have those letters in front of me saying, in order to become part of, in order to accept your idea, you have to become part of our company. I thought, oh, are you trying to imply that I should be looking for a job from you? You didn't say it outright, but I think you implied it. Oh, please, God, let that be true. But anyway, it's just, it's so big. It's huge. That whole, it's the coolest thing that's ever happened to me, other than hearing from a lot of different people that I consider just huge impacts upon my life. And I hear from a lot of famous people almost on a daily basis. I'm very fortunate, but they're like you and me. They live normal lives that might be a little bit extraordinary and beyond ours, but I think in their own way they make the world a better place doing what they do. But I'm going to be doing that. I'm not sure when I'm moving, but I will move eventually. And the two things I'm looking forward to, I've already talked about that. I'm not going to go into it. I did do an update as to what I was going to be doing, what I was going to be writing. I don't know why that's in there. That sticky doesn't need to be there. I'm talking to myself. Excuse me. I'm just organizing my thoughts out loud. But right now I'm working on Society of the Blue Moon. It's not going to be posted on Blogger because I think it's a very ambitious project. I want to make a movie out of it at some point. Bollywood or Bust, that's definitely going to get on Blogger. Monster Doctors, I look at this and I know that this was an idea that Eddie came up with, and our Thriller Terrain, and I owe him that plan for that idea. So when I write it, it's going to be credited to him. And Barbicide is another one that's going to be written around October as well, because it's a murder mystery. I don't know if I'm going to be writing any more Eroses, because I want to get away from that, because I want a real Eros. I don't really want to divulge too much into that fantasy world anymore. It's just not really worth it. But anyway, I have some other stories here. There's one called Fragile Beauty. I know that I have it in here. It's about progeria. This was before I watched the movie Paw. And I didn't even know the movie Paw existed. It was funny. I thought, oh my gosh, this is almost exactly the plot for Fragile Beauty. Oh, that's disappointing. Anyway, sorry. Everything fell on the ground. Oh well. But as I was saying, Community itself is just one of those shows that if you're like me, you enjoy fourth wall breaks and things that are a little bit out of the ordinary, especially with the paintball at the end, the time travel, the going into the different multiverses and darker timelines. It's very Twin Peaksy. I thought, oh yes, this is right up my alley. And Dirk Gently does that as well. And it's also just, it's a lot of fun. It's one of those severely entertaining shows that it doesn't pander to its audiences, and it's very, very smart. You have to really stick on your toes, because if you don't, you're going to miss something important that's dedicated to the plot. And it's written by some very, very, very smart people. But Community itself was written by smart people too, very very good writers, very exceptional. I would have loved to have been on that writing team because I think it would have been my dream job. But just beautiful, absolutely sensational. And there's a movie coming out. I read that there's a movie. I don't know when it's going to come on to DVD, but I'm really hoping I can see it. That's why I wanted to get through the entire 6 season run. And see, this has, let me count really fast how many episodes are on there. They have holiday episodes as well. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 14. Yeah, it's 14 episodes, and of course they have commentary, and they had a behind the scenes of Doctor. Next, why do I say Doctor Who? No, it's a parody of Doctor Who. It's called Inspector Spacetime. Doggone ya. Anyway, they did a behind the scenes of that and how it developed into its own little world. I don't think that the creators of the show were expecting that, but it was so cool, and I thought, yep, this is exactly what conventions are like. I've been to 2 of them. But yeah, they even had the hair extensions I saw at Gen Con, and the ones that Jenna got, they are I mean Annie, it wasn't Jenna. Why do I say Jenna? Her name's Annie. The ones that Annie bought, she was there kind of because she was forced to be there, but she wore them and she turned on a little switch and they blinked on and off. They're really cool. But yeah, this actually had Sir Anthony Hopkins playing Cornwallis, which I was very surprised. I thought, what is he doing? Wow. They actually got the Sir Anthony Hopkins, and then they were able to get Sophie B. Hawkins, which surprised me. She's saying, "Damn, I wish I were your lover," as well as I Lay Me Down. And unlike Abed, I prefer As I Lay Me Down because I think it's a superior song. I thought, oh my God, I am Abed. But anyway, enough about that. It's a really outstanding show, and I think that it can be enjoyed by anybody. It's just the writing is so good, and it's superior. I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed. I just realized I gotta get myself right, and I will. I'm on my way. But it'll be great. All will be well in the end. If it is not yet all right, it is not yet the end. That has always been a family saying. It comes from the Best Exotic Marigold Hotel, an exquisite film. But anyway, that's all I gotta say. So until next time, my magicians, live long, prosper. Ciao, Tootsie.